Hello there, this is Big Benedict. We're playing Resident Evil 5 on professional difficulty. This is chapter 2-3. It's entitled Savannah. And as I mentioned, we're on the hardest setting, or as I perhaps intimated right there. And it's an on-rails section. It lasts, I think, about 8 minutes, but you can surely do it a little bit faster or slower, however you tend to play. And we've got some riders to contend with here, so I don't think there are any quick time events here. It's just shooting with the turret. And if you look in the center where the compass is right there, is it a compass? No, it's not a compass. It's just a Fahrenheit gauge. You'll see that as you continue to hold. Oh, I think there may be one quick time event or two. You'll see that as you hold down the X button or whatever you've mapped to the trigger, you'll see that it increases in heat and it will overheat. And if it does that, you're indisposed for about 5 seconds. It's pretty brutal. And I had no issues here. I did all this on my first try on this difficulty, but the Gigante Fight is pretty hard just because of the quick time events. And what you're allowed to do on some of these quick time events in these older games is to press the start button right before you suspect it, and you can keep spam pressing the start button if you want to. And I make no pretense that I'm even remotely good at quick time events. I hate quick time events. It's the only thing I really begrudge about the God of War games. You know, I don't mind them that much in those games, but if they could minimize them somehow, that would be nice. Just minimize. I'm not telling them to take them out, but someone was asking me what is the hardest God of War last night. It's basically, it just depends, like on the normal difficulty, on the hard difficulty, on a no upgrade run, on a pain plus run. It just all depends. So there will be times when you'll have cargo trucks coming to the left and to the right. Oh yeah, a really good tactic over here to be aware of, or a good indication of where you're supposed to fire if you can't see anything, if it's off the screen. Just look at where Sheva's aiming, because the computer always knows. See, to the left, she knows where everything is because it's the AI. And I didn't see it. Sometimes, like right here, you can't move the aimer anymore to the left, so it's a little bit hard to get all these guys. I would say just kill the guys, because once they're all killed, the truck blows up. I don't think you can blow it up. I've tried to. I just haven't seen any immediate effects of hitting it anywhere, like on a gas tank or something, or in the front of it. And it's lenient. Like these parts here, these always should be easy, because if you think about it, this is the only time in the game where you do this, and it isn't the game. It's just a small fraction of the overall experience, and it shouldn't be hard, because this isn't the game. I didn't sign up to play this, you know. So when you get over here, shoot the tanks out. That will destroy these guys, and then the El Gigante it's pretty damn difficult. So we'll be on him in a second. I think we're already on him, actually. So the thing you'll want to do on this Gigante guy, and even if it's not quite the boss fight, I'll still talk about it. You're going to be shooting its head when it's not hitting you. Or excuse me, you're going to be shooting its head. What am I talking about? You're going to be shooting it when... what the fuck? Fucking hot again. You're going to be shooting at the Las Plagas on it. There's 2 of them at first, and then there's 2 sets of 4. And there isn't any checkpoint anyway, and I'm going to be spam pressing the start button because I cannot do the quick time events. They're particular too. Like I always know when I'm supposed to do them, but you have to press them at the right time. You can't press them too quickly or too late. So and it's either X plus A or left trigger and right trigger. Resist the temptation to shoot the exploding barrels for now, because what you want to do is use the barrels, the explosion from the barrels, to do damage to these plagas. And even shooting this barrel right here, it might have been a mistake, because I think it's better to shoot the barrels when the 4 plagas are on him rather than the 2. And of course it can't be just him, it has to be some lackeys, 1 to the left and 2 to the right. and the main damage you're going to be dealing to this guy is shooting the Plagas on him. So anytime you're not given a quick time event and he's about to hit you, you need to hit him right in the face or any body area. I just do the face because it seems like it would be the most damaging to him. But you shoot that part of it, and it'll disrupt his animation and it'll come to a stop. And it's really good the way it relents. So I believe you're going to be hitting that part of him 3 times when it comes out. So the things that he does the foot stomp, which you cancel out by hitting his head. And then he has an attack with his right arm, which always precedes those quick time events. And all I do every time is just press the start button so I can see which one it is, and then press it again, and then do the quick time events. I can't believe the number of people that got angry about me doing that on God of War 2 on some of the trials. So when he has the boulder, what you're going to be doing is hitting it when it's over his head and then moving the reticle down and shooting it as it's coming to you. I've never taken damage from the boulder. You can take pretty good damage here and still survive. Like, you could take about 3 hits from him. Nothing's instant death here, so it's pretty good in that respect. But he does have an overhead attack with this thing too, which is that. And if you're looking for quick time events right there, you won't find them because you have to just cancel out the attack by hitting his head. So it's managing. What you're doing here is you're managing killing the lackeys, making sure the gun doesn't overheat, because if it overheats, you're in serious trouble unless, you know, the only fortunate thing about overheating is if he does a quick time event sequence after that, which will cancel out it'll actually cool during the quick time event. So it's tough. It took me 45 minutes here. I was about ready to start getting really mad. And any scene like that, the gun will cool, so it's really nice. It doesn't just save the fact that you're overheating. So when he's indisposed, you know, take as many shots as at the stock on his back as possible, and just kill a couple of lackeys. And it just kind of drags on a little bit too far. Too long, not fun, frustrating, and something that isn't the game. But it isn't that bad. I think the main thing is those quick time events. So here he's throwing another boulder. I would say the more boulders he throws at you, the better, because they're very easy to destroy. He's very vulnerable afterwards. Watch out for his ground pound too. It looks kind of odd that he's so far away from you and doing an attack, but if you don't do it, you take damage from the tremors that the shockwave does. And I didn't think you had to kill all of these Plagas that were on him, and I think you do before the fight will even end. I just thought they kept coming back or something like that. But, you know, if you have to, just press the start button. It's one of those easy things that not many people even think about to do. And if you want to criticize me, go for it, because I have no feelings about those things. They're stupid and they shouldn't be in games. And I think we're going to be taking this guy down right about here. This is the 3rd time the stocks come out. And I will see you in the next chapter, which is a very hated chapter of mine. Take care.